Red light, green light, red light, green light, red light, green light, red light, green light, red light.
3 or 4 officers report that they'd seen something. They'd seen, things walking around the forest. And I'm thinking to myself, not only have they seen these lights in the sky. So,
yeah.
Hey, sir,
Oh.
wait a minute. Am I boring you, sir?
Whoa, no way, Frankie boy, no, it's just it's been a long week, Zachary Swift invites me up to his gentleman establishment. Hunter and Omar disrupt my schedule. It's been a long week, champ. Like, oh god, that is embarrassing.
Well, listen, there's no time like the present. So let's wakey, rise and shine. Let's have a discussion.
Yeah. Let's get into it. Oh, God, I can't remember if I did the intro and all that. It's been a very long one, right? Yeah, let's. Come on.
Hello, Mr. Soul. I dropped by to give you a reason. You had that song before, eh?
Not since 2 a.m. at the pubs, but I've been avoiding that because I'm currently working and getting things on. But you know what? Let's come on.
Buffalo Springfield, early 60s. I want to go to the pubs that you're in, son, because that's my kind of music.
Oh well, Frankie boy, obviously, the Emperor Finch Festival.
Your own kind of music.
Oh, Frankie boy, hasn't it been fun indeed? But you know what, mate? It's been a while since we've chatted on this. It's been near enough a year.
Yes, indeed.
God. Man, how the time flies. I mean, I can't remember.
Time flies when you're having fun, soul.
I'm always having fun with you, Frankie boy. Come on now. But I mean, I remember last thing I remember chatting about before I conked out onto my desk here was, talking about the original Truth or Dare. That was a fun show. You were there, obviously, against somebody who I've on twice before, James Ellis.
Yes, that's true. That was a really special match. Do you remember?
Yeah, it was quite a special one. I had James on talking about it, and he was quite infuriated. I mean,
listen. If you don't understand the rules of the contest that you're participating in, can you truly call yourself a professional wrestler? Do your homework, James Ellis. Listen, all of that aside, what a fantastic and talented professional wrestler that fellow is. Yeah, very good, very good.
Yeah, very good indeed. But obviously, you walked away the winner. I mean,
yes,
it was quite a stunning performance there, Frankie boy. But obviously, that whole aspect of Truth and Dare as well, its uniqueness with the element of surprise. It's truly fantastical and whimsical.
Surprise!
Oh,
surprise!
Yeah, I walked into that one, didn't I?
Yes, it's viral.
Oh, Frankie boy, why? But you know what? I want to give you a chance. Obviously, James spoke his piece, saying the match was garbage, nonsensical, a disgrace to the professional wrestling arts. I mean, do you want to give a message to Mr. Ellis, the brilliance? Maybe how he could prepare for another type of match like this.
Listen, I'm really sorry he feels that way. At the end of the day, if you're a sore loser, you're a sore loser. I'd be more than happy to put up the old juke skis again and go one-on-one with the brilliance anytime. Whether it's in Wales, whether it's in Madagascar, whether it's in Truth, formerly the Ambassador Snooker Club, in Leven, as all the Southern talents like to call it, it's leaving! Leaving! Ha!
I'll make sure to give James that notice there, Frankie boy. But you know what? After that show as well, there was a surprise element of obviously the fans and the families of Power Pro getting to vote for Andy Roberts' opponent was a night at the Wrestling 2, obviously for his UEWA championship. We actually talked about that last time, that I would like to see you maybe go for that belt. And obviously the people had the support for you. So I want to know, Frank, obviously you had that match against Andy, but most importantly, to see the support of the people wanting to see you get that opportunity. It must have been quite humbling, right?
Humbling, heartfelt, made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. And it continues to to this very day. Listen, so let me be truthfully honest. To gain that support from my hometown crowd is nothing short of exhilarating. And yeah, means a lot, to say the least.
Boy, love to see it, brother, indeed. And obviously, you faced Andy. You didn't come out the victor, but
No.
again, that opportunity goes into your repertoire, goes into the skill set of facing Andy Roberts for that UEWA Championship, which obviously he doesn't hold at this time because he lost it. But just to know that you had that championship match opportunity, I mean, it's quite stellar, right? Just to know that obviously you had the support from the fans, the families, and all the people there in leaving that night to now get that championship opportunity. At was a night of the wrestling too. I just want to know, going into that championship match, did you feel the utmost pressure on yourself that night?
At that point in time, it was the highest pressure situation that I'd ever been in. Certainly in the wrestling world. Let's not go into some of the other high pressure situations I found myself in at other times. That probably wouldn't make the cut as far as, rules and regulations on the old YouTube ski go. Yeah, you hear what I'm saying, so. But yes, to answer your question, that was tough. Facing the coach, facing somebody who might very well have taught me everything that I know, to use the old wrestling cliche. All right. But perhaps not everything that he knows. Okay, we've heard that one before, haven't we? We've all heard that. Good old wrestling trope-ski there, eh? So, at the end of the day, I went into that match as prepared as I could have been. I was unsuccessful. But so, it shaped me into the man I am today. And perhaps if I hadn't had that match with the old boss, I might not have this right now.
Indeed, my friend. Let's get into that, obviously, because there was a tournament at Dawn of Power.
One more thing, and I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Go ahead.
But let's just briefly discuss the championship reign that the boss had. In all fairness, let's just take a minute to acknowledge the grandiose nature of that reign. Unsurpassed, probably always, in terms of the length of the reign. Yep, I think that's hats off to the coach.
Very much. We would, if I had a hat hour, I have this massive fro, I would happily decapitate it and serve my salutes to Mr. Roberts. But obviously that belt was quite...
You, my friend, are follically winning, I would suggest.
I would probably need a trim soon enough, Frankie, because this thing is not going to be in the frame soon enough with how long it's getting, and I need to make sure I stay in the 4x4 frame. But you know what? Nonetheless, that belt, the UAWA Championship, quite integral to obviously previously FPWA and Power Pro's history. Would you like to see that belt back in FPW or Power Pro ring again?
Absolutely. In truth, I would like to see it on your old Uncle Frank's waist or shoulder or round the neck, Ski. Yeah, I've seen a few people wear the belts that way. In fact, I've considered doing that myself from time to time. Maybe that's what will happen this coming weekend when we have a couple of shows. Maybe I'll, wear it this way. Maybe I'll wear it that way. Maybe I'll balance it on my head on the way to the ring. Maybe I'll do the old, in the trunk skis. Who knows? It's a fashion show.
Well, hey, very much fashionable there, Frank. I mean, that just means you could have more 8x10s and more pictures of the champ to sell off for the crazy fans. You'd be a moneymaker.
8x10s, yes, indeed.
You would be absolutely stunning. But we have to talk about that championship you have there, across your shoulder, over your head, down your pants, whatever it will be, because you won that championship. Obviously, Dawn of Power championship tournament, Tommy Cartel, and obviously Niwa as well. You ended up beating both of them to get into the finals, and obviously beat Niwa to become the champion. The moment that 1-2-3 hit, and you knew that you are not only the Power Pro champion, but the inaugural, the first ever. When the history books go back, you are a history maker, Frank. I want to know the emotions. I want to know the feelings. I want to know what was going through that little mind of yours when you knew you were a champion.
Without a doubt. Standing in the middle of the ring, when the hand came down for number 3. In fact, did it come down for number 3? I think I made him tap.
Even more special, Frankie. I think it just shows my tiredness, just messing up the old mindset there. Getting the old tap, well, it's just as special as the 1, 2, 3. But hey, I need to know.
Listen, let's discuss it. Without a shadow of a doubt, the greatest day of Frank Gallo's life was raising this high in front of my people at Truth Nightclub. There's nothing more meaningful than being crowned our promotion's inaugural champion. What that means is, I suspect I'm not going to be forgotten anytime soon.
No. Hey, Mr. Gallo, Uncle Frank, Frankie boy, you will never be forgotten. You're quite a man of presence. People love you. People want to support you. They love to see you representing Power Pro and having that championship. You look great with it. Honestly, amazing, spectacular.
Flattery will get you everywhere, my friend.
Hey, the suit isn't just for show, Frank. The suit isn't just for show. But obviously, you've done great things with it. You've
tongue-tied there, eh? Caught your tongue. It happens to the best of us.
I need sleep or rest. It's been a long week, Frankie boy. But I tell you what, that championship, you've had some defenses. Obviously, Sam Gradwell, quite an esteemed gentleman as well. The Englishman, to have the enemy come into, friendly territory. That first ever defense, did you feel ready for it? Did you feel prepared to defend the homeland?
I did. I think it's fair for me to say that I've got a lot of love for England. So I didn't want to make it about that. That was done by Mr. Gradwell. And look, again, Tommy Cartel and Niwa, the night I won this. Let's not gloss over that. For me to face someone like the Maori Warrior, for me to beat, put some... See, the cat's caught my tongue now. But it's okay, because sometimes when the cat catches your tongue, you need to grab the cat's paw and gently caress it and accept that the moment where the cat grabs the tongue can be embraced, and we can make funny noises out of it, and we can make a whole segment out of going blah, 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 blah. It wouldn't be the first time for me. But what I was saying there was, yes, the Maori Warrior. Yes, I was able to best him. That was one of the toughest matches of my life. And I was able to shut the mouth of Tommy Cartel. Do I suspect his mouth is permanently shut? No. Will I be happy to shut it again? Yes. Fast forward. See, the cat seems to have got the tongue again, but we're doing a whole different thing with it this time. It's fast forward. So, now we're talking about who? We're talking about Sam Gradwell. Making it country to country. Patriotic war of sorts. One of the toughest matches I've ever had. I mean, I seem to be having tough match after tough match. I seem to be facing giant after giant after giant. Let's be honest, I'm not the tallest guy in the world. I'm fighting people who are 18 stone, 17 stone, 16 feet, 18 kilometers. I mean, where does it end? But listen, I'm happy. Bring these on. We'll keep it going. We're going to keep the momentum rolling and rolling and rolling. Because when you're the champski soul, expect nothing but the best challenges possible.
Truly. We always love a bit of a challenge, and everybody loves the champ. I actually want to talk about something as well, Frank, because there was a very interesting moment captured, obviously, with you in the title between a newly wedded couple.
Ha! Yes.
I would love to tell me more. Tell me more about this opportunity where you found a newly wedded couple to be with the champ. What was going on there, bud?
Well, it just so happened that Power Pro Ski were holding an event at a local gala. I happened to be in a match with the aforementioned Thomas Cartel. I proceeded to, you know, how do I put it? How would you describe, giving somebody a fully fledged thrashing? So, how would you describe it? Because I'm a bit lost for words.
A wee bit of the old 1-2.
1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think on the scale of the old 1, 2, I'd say we got to about 400. And it just so happened that as your old Uncle Frank raised the old hand ski, there was a marriage happening. The merging of two families right behind me. So what happened? We ended up giving them the old Iggy. We said, come on down, get in the ring, let's celebrate. Because love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. Da 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 da. You get it. So ultimately, we ended up kind of crashing the wedding. We invited them to the next show. We brought them into the ring ski, and yes, that's how it went down. A truly special occasion.
Yeah. I don't think many champions can say that they've walked away with their championship and even wedded with two others and seen the matrimony of one another formed at the bonds. That's quite a bit to put on the record there, Frankie boy. I mean, well played to have that moment a part of your championship record. That is quite something. Unique, very, very unique. I mean,
listen, you may be surprised by this, but I've actually been ordained as a minister in 3 regions in Peru.
Hey!
A story for another time.
Fair enough. We have work to do, Frank. We have work to do because obviously there's 2 Power Pro shows coming up this weekend. Unforgiven at St. Andrews and Truth or Dare 2 back in Leven Truth nightclub. And obviously for Unforgiven, it's going to be yourself versus Rampage Brown. Now, Rampage Brown, he's faced the boss before. When it was a street fight, I believe, as well. For yourself, with your championship on the line against Rampage Brown, who's had an absolute terrifying street match against Andy Roberts, do you feel prepared? Or do you think this will truly be the hardest, challenging, and defining part of your championship reign?
I would suggest that coming up, I've got the most challenging couple of days of anyone in Power Pro. Because let's put it into context. Rampage Brown, a legend, a monster. He's got the extra incentive. He wants to take this. I want to keep this. And then whatever happens, the next day, we're in this unpredictable, unconventional situation. So even if I can successfully survive, what is going to happen less than 24 hours later? Now, I'm telling you right now, there is no what if. Survival is essential. Rampage Brown, I've said it before, is one man, one monstrous, dangerous, legendary, powerful man. But he's against an army of Franks. There's a few of us. There's a few of us in here and we're ready.
Hey, it definitely sounds like Rampage Brown is in for a treat come St. Andrews this Saturday. You know what? It's insane to see, Frank. Obviously, you mentioned obviously there's going to be the Truth or Dare element, and you have been announced on the social medias for Power Pro to be at that show. And with Truth or Dare, it's the surprise element, the unknown. And there's quite a few in Power Pro that, have a disdain for you as champion. Zachary Swift, I was at his lovely establishment and he didn't speak highly of you. He doesn't like you as champion. He feels you're disrespectful to the integral parts of Power Pro in itself. To know that there's somebody like Zachary Swift wanting to come after you, and maybe others who haven't made it vocal yet, and that wheel, that element of surprise with Truth or Dare is there. Do you feel ready for whatever may land on that wheel?
Well, who did you say?
Zachary Swift?
I've never heard of him.
The Modern Gentleman? Huh. Oh, well then. Moving on. So obviously with Truth or Dare, it's going to be a fun show. There'll be many great elements there as well. But you know what? I do want to know, obviously, what would you like to see? Because obviously there's Hunter Sampson and Omar Mohammed. They've got a lumberjack match coming up. There'll probably be many other surprises there as well. Is there anything you would like to maybe say? Maybe you could get a Sharpie and write on the wheel or slide into what other things could happen. What surprises, Frank? Is there something you would like to see at Truth or Dare, too? Wee bit surprises for the champion. What would you like to see people in?
I'm going to be really honest. I'm going to be really forthcoming. I have to be frank. At the end of the day, I'm kind of thinking day to day at the moment. I've got Rampage. Rampage is first. And that's the top priority. When it comes to less than 24 hours later, I can only guess. There's going to be some kind of daunting situation ahead, purely because I've no time to prepare. So, can you tell me if you think that preparation means anything to me?
It's an interesting factor, buddy, because obviously you are the champion.
Answer that question.
I could, absolutely. Preparation, it's key. Sometimes tell you what, preparation, it's key. You're allowed to build yourself up and prepare for what's coming next. But some people don't need preparation. Their record shows it. Your record shows it. You are a reigning and defending champion. Does someone who has that kind of accolade, the reigning and defending element, need preparation? Or do they need to prep because they're unsure of their defending status? There is always that tense nerve at the back of the mind that's always saying, yes, you can go, but there's always that worrying factor, Frank. Is it you, or is it one of the Franks that's maybe got this worrying side, the treble at the back of the mind?
At the end of the day, one day, 2 days, light a fire. I just want to see what happens.
We all like to see what happens, Frank. But you know what? I was at that Unforgiven show. You're not the only champion putting their belt on the line. The Power Boys, Robert Balfour and Ross Hunter, will be putting their tag team championships on the line.
Indeed.
Indeed, they will be, Frank. And I want to know your thoughts on the Power as tag team champions. A lot of people at that show, the inaugural one for the tag team championships to be crowned, were having a lot of vocal support for the Meat Factory, the Meat Boys. But the Power,
yes,
they got the upset victory. They're now the champions against Arcade Violence, who are currently now the ICW tag team champions.
Yes.
Your thoughts on the Power as tag team champions, and do you think that they should not ignore the Meat Factory, who I think a lot of people want to see get that gold?
Okay. So, Meat Factory. Powerful boys. Friends of mine. I've got a lot of respect for the Meat Factory. We've teamed up before. The Power. They're into the golf. Eh? But they happen to be good at the wrestling as well. Should one ignore the other? Perhaps not. I can't answer any clearer than that. What I think I can say is we've got two fantastic teams on our hands, don't we?
Oh, very much we do, Frank. We have some fantastic young talent and hungry talent ready for all aspects. But you know what? There's some new blood in Power Pro. You know, I've seen about this gentleman Patty and Erin Taylor, this lassie who's also going to be debuting in the Unforgiven show as the champion, Frank. To know that there's this young blood wanting to make a name for themselves in Power Pro that could lead them to going for obviously your championship for Patty. Maybe Erin Taylor can maybe go for this proposed inaugural women's championship that's going to be coming out soon as well. To know that there's that young, fresh, hungry for blood, they want to go for the gold. How does that make you feel to see that there is that hungry, desired talent wanting to become champions in Power Pro?
Listen, from day one, I've been Power Pro. And from day one, I've pledged my loyalty and allegiance to bettering our promotion, whether it's training school, whether it's our promotion itself. We've got young lions. They're all coming up. They're all looking to grab the old proverbial brass ring scheme. At the end of the day, we've got a lot of talent. It's going to continue to improve, grow, flourish. I've no doubt. You're talking to me about teams who are skilled professional wrestlers. We're talking about young wrestlers who are coming to their own. We're talking about, new female wrestlers who could potentially have a massive, bright future within the company, within the greater wrestling business overall. What I would tell you is my take is that Power Pro are producing some high-level, top-tier performers, professional wrestlers, and I respect them.
Right. Truly, very amazing young talent as well. And obviously, Power Pro mostly been, a Fife-based, obviously leaving Truth Nightclub as your home for a lot of your shows. But as we mentioned, Unforgiven is going to be in St. Andrews, merging out, going out into the great green wild yonder.
I'm going to hit an albatross or a, Malaysian goat. I don't know much about golf. I'm really good at it, though.
I'm sure we'll get some fun out there in the St. Andrew course there, Frankie boy. But you know what?
Tiger Woods, eh?
Fun character he is indeed. But you know what? I do obviously want to know, because St. Andrews is now a new territory for Power Pro, and there's many great other places to go in this country, even Scotland or anywhere. Frank, where would you like to maybe see a future Power Pro show be held?
I would say the island of Madeira off the coast of Portugal.
Oh, that would be
a stunning and lush environment, ripe for professional wrestling, in my humble opinion.
Tell you what, Frank, quite exotic.
Indeed.
Oh, that will be definitely one that long trip, but I think it'll be worth it for the view. It'd be absolutely stunning. And you as champion still would be top tier indeed. But,
listen, Frank, I would use the old, commonly used term about the old Midas touch. We've all heard that too many times, so I won't.
Hey, fair play. But you know what, Frankie boy? Oh, I think the tiredness is coming back. But before I pass out again, let me ask you, I mentioned obviously the young talent wanting to come into Power Pro and take that gold from you maybe. But there's many established names across the UK scene. Is there somebody that you would maybe like to see be brought in? Maybe someone like a Mark Andrews or maybe even someone from elsewhere, like Michael Oku, so many great names, even a Grado type. Is there anyone you would like to maybe have be brought in to get the old Frank Gallo rub?
Every name you mentioned, it makes sense that you would mention, because they're all top talents in their own right. I'm going to be really honest with you. Every day, every single day, where I can wrestle, every single day that I can wear this, every single day that I can call myself a professional wrestler, to me, is a dream.
Go on, wakey. Right, let's wrap this up, Frankie boy. Let's wrap this up. Oh, right. You are.
Night nurse.
We're in for a fun weekend, Frank. This is going to be a fun couple of shows coming up here. Unforgiven Saturday the 7th and Sunday the 8th for Truth or Dare 2. It's going to be stellar. Ugh. And as champion, I want to know if you can walk away from both shows as the champ and we can go into a new year, 2025, the year that Frank Gallo was champion. What are some things you want to bring to not only yourself as champion, but for Power Pro in 2025?
Well, I wholeheartedly believe that I am on the cusp of one of the biggest sponsorship deals that's been seen on the independent wrestling scene ever. And you haven't even asked me about this.
Oh. No. On you go, Frank. What is this massive, independent, stupendous sponsor that's going to be changing not only your career, but the whole independent scene? What is this sponsor?
I am on the cusp of securing a sponsorship deal with Vicks Vapor Rub. Yeah. I've sent them 823 emails, and I expect to receive a response soon. I can feel this one. This is happening. This is happening right on time for the winter season, which, to answer your question, moves us from the end of 2024 into 2025. With me as champion and brand ambassador for Vicks Vapor Rub, I can see it. I can smell it with the help of Vicks Vapor Rub. I think it's going to happen. Now, look, they've not come back to me yet. Fair play. I know they're busy. But I believe in their product, and so should you.
Well, if you believe, Frank, I will believe because I believe in you. So I think that's a fair compromise. But you know what? Viewers, folks, fans, this has been quite a intellectual and fun chat indeed with old Frank Gallo, the Power Pro Heavyweight Champion. Always indeed, Frank. So you know what, viewers? Get yourself a ticket. It's Unforgiven and Truth or Dare 2. Details will be in the description below. Of course, if you want to see the champ's journey, I'll include his Instagram down below as well. You can see what he gets up to with that championship belt. Woo! Nonetheless, viewers, finish up your pints, put your chairs away. I'm going to go pass out in my bed, and I'm sure Frank's going to celebrate into the far night with his championship. Stay well, stay humble, folks. Stay well.